A group of Just Stop Oil activists and eco-militants have now been convicted in court, but the main question remains: how long will it take for the authorities to classify these organizations as a criminal entity? It is a very serious point because they keep changing their branding and umbrella. You have Insulate Britain, you've got Extinction Rebellion, and now you have Just Stop Oil. Weirdly enough, they're all the exact same people, and it's just changing the logo depending on where they go. But the reality is, every now and then they cause trouble, and we arrest them, we charge them. Sometimes there's conviction. Most of the time they get away with it, and even when they get sentenced, it's suspended sentence. So there's one problem with the actual justice system. But my issue is also, when it comes to law and order, is with the order part of it, the policing, and the language from the Home Office and the government in general. So the judge has now said that protesters who ran onto the track during the Grand Prix in Britain last year did pose a risk of serious harm. So because they did the British Grand Prix, they literally ran through the track, because it became a big event, the police and the judges actually did something about it. Isn't that really weird? That if they had done something that could still cause harm to the general public, like a random small shopping centre in southeast London, for example, or somewhere in Manchester, random places, I can assure you it would not receive this much reception in regards to, not in terms of the public, I'm not talking about the media, I'm simply talking about the police and the justice system. But because it was the Grand Prix, then they had to, well, this is serious. There's a lot of money in it. So they've decided to go for David Baldwin, Emily Brocklebank, Alistair Gibson, Louise McKechnie, and Bethany Mogi, Joshua Smith, and all these people. As you can see, the ages, you've got 47, 24, 22, 40, and 29. All have been convicted a couple of days ago on Friday in Northampton, after the jury deliberated for 8 hours and 40 minutes. 8 hours and 40 minutes! You really need 8 hours to find out whether their stunt at the British Grand Prix actually posed a serious harm to the public. You would assume common sense would say it takes about half an hour. Well, at least let's just say 2 hours. Just be logical, because you have to go through the process of jury. But 8 hours, okay. Anyway, the main point was that they did pose an immediate risk of a serious harm to Formula One drivers. The funny thing is, these people, one of them, I believe it was Louise McKechnie, yes, she actually came to defend it. All 6 defendants gave evidence denying the charges, and Louise said that the protest was planned to be as safe as possible. Okay, and also had watched every single race that's been held the last 20 years as part of the research. Okay, so so what was the point of it? If you really cared about health and safety, if you really cared about not causing harm or disruption, why can't you just organize a peaceful march in Westminster like normal people? Or maybe you could just create I was going to say create a new party. You guys have so many political parties now. The Green Party and the Labour Party and the other one party. They're all green. They're all hippie. But join the Green Party or the Labour Party, all of you, if you claim to have thousands of members, and just create candidates, stand for Parliament, stand for office, become an MP, change the law, and, protect all the trees. Whatever you want to do. I don't care. That's how you do things. And if you can't do it, do a peaceful march. If you can't do it, maybe go protest in China or India, if you're brave enough, because that's where the problem is. But clearly you don't care about any of that, because it's all about your Marxist ideology. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back in half an hour. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.